Thank you for joining me on the channel Keys Tarot. Today I am doing collective energy readings for the signs of Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. So if you find the title and it resonates for you, go ahead and give me a like, share, and subscribe. Also, I am going to be using masculine and feminine energy pronouns, but you don't have to be a biological You don't have to be a biological male or female to be in either of the energies. So find your place in the story, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And let's go ahead and get into today's reading. You know what, Taurus? My mother, she is a Taurus. She is a Taurus. She can be scandalous. She can be scandalous. But that's not what I was getting, actually. I think a feminine energy. I think I'm talking to a feminine energy, but I actually think I'm talking to a biological feminine energy that is a Taurus that could have an elder in their life. It doesn't have to be a mother. It could be a father, something like that. It could be a Gemini or it could be an air sign. So Gemini, Libras, or Aquarius. But nonetheless, I feel like Tauruses learned a lot from that elder in their life that could be an air sign. But what they specifically have learned to do is to step over people to get where they want to be, or to use people to boost themselves up. You know, like, I have a lot of friends. I don't think Tauruses have a lot of friends, or Tauruses don't anymore. But Tauruses could have been really popular at one point in time, really well known. But what it did was boost up Taurus's self-esteem. Now, Tauruses also could have a lot of exes or sexual encounters with individuals. But it's not really brownie points. I don't feel that way. It could have been, especially for a male, but even a female. But I feel like it was more so to get somewhere in life. Like I've got a lot. I've did what I had to do, which is really similar to Aquarius. But Aquarius is like, I'm number one at doing that shit. But Aquariuses have tried to change the narrative about themselves because they have a little child that has brought culture, has brought light into their life to where they're like, maybe my child is really spiritual or something like that. Now, it could be similar to Taurus, but I don't feel that way. What I'm getting is, I feel like I could be talking to a female that's not a Taurus. And maybe you could be a Gemini, I don't know, but a Taurus energy is no nonsense. Everybody in their life serves a purpose, but the ultimate purpose for Taurus is to get where they want to be. So they use everybody like a stepping stone. But they have a lot of exes. They have a lot of people that could still be in their life. Like, that's my ex, that's my ex, that's my ex, that's my ex, that are still holding on to Taurus. It's not because Taurus leads people on. It could be that, but it's more so because I don't know. But I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, if you are dealing with a Taurus masculine energy and they're in that energy, and they could have learned it from their mama. Hell, you know, it makes me think of 50 Cent. I don't think 50 Cent is a Taurus. I actually think that he's a Cancer. Which is all in this same energy. So, you know, as above, so below. But he could have learned it from his mama. Meaning, I have a lot of exes. I've been around or something. I'm experienced. Okay, that could be a positive, right? That could be a positive, especially if I'm talking to someone that's younger or not naive, but unexperienced when it pertains to love or something like that. You could like a masculine energy that knows how to talk to you, knows how to date you, knows how to entice you, knows how to get you comfortable, to get you out and about and things like that. But again, what did I say that to? Pisces, take it with a grain of salt, because a masculine energy, he's done that to a lot of females. And he has a lot of lies. Okay. I feel like a masculine has lived a lot of lives in a short span of time. He could have multiple broken homes. This makes me think of Cam Newton. I think he is a Taurus, things like that. But he's experienced. The thing that is so weird is I was hearing Cinderella. What do I know about Cinderella? Cinderella was a maid. She was a maid woman. But she was lowest of the low because she was a maid woman in somebody else's house. But she still was in that house. She was not an outsider. She still was house, clothes, fed. She just didn't have the creme de la creme like the other maid women. Because they all were maid women. The mom would give everybody chores. The sisters would then says, no, but you do the chores. You serve us. You're our servant. But Cinderella was so much more beautiful than them. But Cinderella had a secret. She had came across a genie. She came across a fairy godmother that, to me, seemed like sold her off to a fairy tale. She gave her a fairy tale, but sold her off to some prince and said, wear this dress that's scantily tight and wear these 6-inch heels. They're designer. And get in this newest model of this motherfucking carriage. And go there and entice the prince until he falls in love with you. But it's body language is what we're talking about. But see, did find a prince and he did fall in love because the clock struck 12. Capricorn. That's the 1-2, but that's a she-devil. But she left her glass slipper. So he started going around town, seeing who could fit the mold of that she-devil. Now, I don't know if he would have been with Ariel or if he would have been with Ursula, but he would have not been with who he thought he would have been with, because that would have not been who the fuck that was in the first place. Cinderella had identity problems. Cinderella had identity problems. Cinderella wanted to be her sisters. And that prince wanted to be with those sisters. But Cinderella was fair. She was a fair woman. And that king, he was a fair woman that looked like a sister. That dressed like a sister. Not looked like a sister because she was blonde. Her sisters didn't look like that. So he started going around saying who could fit those shoes. Well, who could walk in those shoes? And those sisters' feet were too big to fit in those shoes. So he got with that white woman. And he fell in love with her. But he changed her. He changed her because he didn't like her. For real, he liked those sisters. So, I don't know. He wanted that white woman to look more like those sisters. Because he changed her to look like those sisters. But it was a happily ever after. Because she then could become like those sisters. And says, I'm not cleaning this fucking house. You clean it. Because now I'm got fucking servants. What am I talking about here? I didn't know. Somebody could watch Cinderella. Cinderella? JT? Okay. The masculine wanted a made woman. If you're dealing with a Taurus, they want a person that's made it in life. And a person could give off that appearance. It's making me think of Christian Gold and Jennifer Williams. The thing is, gens disappear. They disappear. But he want a maid woman. So he want Evelyn. I don't know what the fuck he want. He want, because Evelyn got those shoes. Evelyn had all the shoes. She's just not a sister, even though she says Afro-Latina. I don't know what the fuck going on. I just feel like a masculine energy. He got a lot of exes in his life. So if I'm talking to a feminine energy and you're concerned or you're thinking about getting or you've been introduced to a Taurus, be really skeptical, because he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of broken homes, but it's because he uses everybody like a stepping stone to get what he wants. And it could be a servant, it could be a maid, but he's looking for a maid woman that can fit the mold. But why does he want that? Why did that prince want that? That prince could have anybody. Why does he want the lowest of the low? But he the highest of the high. So why would he want someone not on his level? Do you think he would have started berating her? Changing her, making her change who she is? To be like people that she didn't even like? Or do you think We gotta ask the fairy godmother, because only Ursula knows. I'm more Ursula. They don't like my fat ass. And I can't change up. I can't ever be wearing scantily tight clothes. But that's cool. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I've tried that love thing for the last time. My heart says no, no. Y'all gotta excuse me, because I'm still struck a nerve in my cordies. If I should stay, I would only be in the way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. Alright, I have nothing. So he would want it to be the powers to be in her life. I don't know. I don't like Taurus. I mean, but I do feel like it's not Taurus's fault. It's not Taurus's fault to a certain extent, right? But I do want a feminine energy to be cautious that a Taurus masculine energy, he does have a lot of exes, but his goal is to use people as a stepping stone. And in the process, he will change you from who you are to be what he needs you to be. Now, whether that is who you are or if that was a fairy tale that you thought you wanted, that's up to you. I just feel like whoever I'm talking to, if you are dealing with a Taurus masculine energy, just be cautious of that a masculine energy is going to want to change you. But it's going to feel like a City Cinderella story, but it's really, really not. It's really not. Those shoes didn't fit Cinderella either. She started running and that motherfucker flipped off. They was too goddamn big. So I don't know. It's a porch. Just fucking right. I think so. So just be cautious of that. Tauruses could be dealing with a masculine energy that's going to make you question who you are. They're going to make you question who you are, who you want to be. But ultimately, it's going to be to try to keep a masculine energy in your life. But I want you to remember that that masculine energy is not there to stay. He has a lot of exes in his life that he uses for one thing or another. Period. That's the end of it. Now let me see what words I can find for y'all. It says something about a compounded. That's 3. That's 3 on the keyboard, and that's 33. That's the pound sign. Masculine energy could be a 33. It could be a church as well. You know, it could be a church where I think everybody is supposed to change for the better in life, but that's not how Cinderella did not change for the better. Cinderella changed into someone that she did not recognize and that she did not like. She would have had to go be with Prince Naveed or who the fuck ever and have a whole bunch of servants that she would have had to tell, wipe my ass, clean my shit. He really needed to be with those sisters that had expertise and did not have a conscience. They would not have had to change who they are to be with him. Birds of a feather flock together. But for some reason, he wanted somebody else and he wanted to change them for the worse. And now it could be a church, but more so it could be like Solomon's magic, a masculine energy. He could have a way with words, you know, to where it's like he talked me out of my drawers. You know, it don't got to be like that, but the way he talked to me, the way that he just got me open, and the way that he just makes me feel so comfortable around him, you know. I got lost in the sauce, and the love was good because he got so much experience with love making. You know, it don't got to be the biggest package, just the emotional ocean type of thing. But it's just like he's got so much experience that maybe a feminine energy does not have. I'm not saying you got to be a virgin, no. But maybe you're a virgin when it pertains to dealing with that level of a masculine energy that's so forthcoming and straightforward and seems honest, but he's not. he's had a lot of experience with, I'm not going to say predating, like being a predator, because you don't have to be a teenager, but I feel like in the scope of the emotional intelligence, he's got so much more experience in building a woman into who he wants it to be. But once you build up a woman, you can easily discard of it, because it's still making me think of Tupac Shakur. It's not the end result, it's the building up of. Meaning, once he's done building you and destroying you, who you are in your core, to be this Cinderella, he can find another one. Because then you're going to be so goddamn crazy in love and don't know. I hear this all the time with those basketball wives and those NFL wives. They have everything, and they be sitting there going, I'm unhappy because I don't know who I am. And I used to always be going, what the fuck do you mean? They be going, I want a life or identity outside of the house. Now, inside of my house, my husband was a cheater and he was always gone. I had a more Piscean situation where I was always alone. But because I was always alone, I could build myself into who I wanted to be. And he could like it, love it, or hate it. It was up to him to accept me for who I grew to be. And I had to accept him for who he was. And this situation is different. It's like those NFL, NBA wives. They get picked from obscurity. Either young, old, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But you have to then become who gets his attention? Who does he feel like gets his Cinderella shoe? Who gets to wear his Balenciaga's $1,500 shoes that I'm gonna buy? Who gets to does it? Who gets to, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, after you do so much modification to your mental, and then you do so many sexual things to please a man, you can easily lose track of who you are. And at that point, he could be finding somebody else. He could already have somebody else the whole time, because you were so lost in trying to please or have this fairy tale that you forgot that you making a deal with Ursula. And this body's fucking language. Don't no man want to hear no woman any fucking way. So I don't know. Now grandma think I'm my man. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. So, compound 33, compound interest. A mass energy look at females like, baby, compound interest. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. So it could be Mike Vick and got a whole bunch of bitches fighting in his backyard and tell his wife, Kiafa, I'm not going to leave you, but bitch, you better go on vacation so I can fucking fight with these bitches all day when I fucking want to. And you come back, sun tased, but then sun glazed, wherever fuck you guys tan, and you better go to the gym, starve your motherfucking self, and get your titties redone, because that newer model of you is more sexier, and I'm thinking about putting her in fucking $1,500 Balenciagas. So you better remember who you are. Because a masculine energy ain't gonna never forget who is. If a masculine energy, like think of Dwayne Wade, if a masculine energy is willing to leave the woman that built with him to build him who he is, what makes you think a man will not leave a woman that came in while he was already at the motherfucking top, that he had to tell to put on jean booty shorts? If he didn't tell a female to do it, it gets his attention while they're out, and you decide to put those shoes on. I don't want a Cinderella story. I look like a blonde-haired white woman that's going to change everything about myself to please you. I'm not. I be done change the opposite way. I be done become Whitney. Going, bitch, I've turned into a man. So you're going to have to deal with that. So let's go on to the next. Who am I talking to? Gemini. I don't know how that song goes. It started when we were younger. You were my boo. That's my baby. Oh, I try to hide. I can't hide. But that's not the song I was actually hearing. I was hearing Lovers and Friends. I just can't remember. I can't remember how that go. Lovers and friends. Lovers and friends, Gemini. I now don't have nothing to say to Gemini. Okay, lovers and friends. Poop. That could be as above, so below. Gemini's, remember I said Tauruses could have learned something from Gemini. A masculine energy that's dealing with a Taurus, dealing with a Gemini or Gemini feminine energy elder could categorize people in their life as lovers or friends. I'm going to see what words we can get because I don't have nothing to say to Gemini. I really don't. Right, time for ice cream. European destinations, lovers and friends. Ugh. I don't have no ice cream. It's time for locusts. Let me tell you something. It says European destinations. That's where I want to go. I want to go to Italy. And I like ice cream. But this is making me think of something. 57 is not 33. I don't know why those people parked in that parking lot. I know why they all parked in that parking lot. And I know that 57 is not 33 because that 33... that like Courtney did not go into building 57. He went into the other building. But let me tell you what. It's got something to do with the parking lot. Get the fuck out the parking lot. I'm fucking out in the parking lot. Let me see. This is making me think of a dream that I had a long time ago. This could resonate with Geminis, maybe not, I don't know. But there was a feminine energy. She was the life of the party, but she liked to get drunk. Now, I don't drink, but she liked to get drunk. She liked to have a good time. She was really social. She was really sociable. But she had a guy in her life that was creme de la creme. He could have been a Taurus. He had a lot of lovers and friends in his life, but he thought that he found the one. He thought he had found a Cinderella in his life that could have been a Gemini, an elder. This could be a story from the past. Take it that resonates. But he changed her up. Not really. She fit all the categories. She liked to drink. She liked to have fun. She was spontaneous. She was wild. She had to fly clothes. It would have been like if he would have got with a sister. The thing is, that woman did not want to change to be a housewife. So this is the opposite. For Tauruses, he has a lot of women in his life that's like, I'm willing to be whoever you want me to be. You want me to be a hoe? You want me to fuck like a prostitute? You want me to stay in the house? You want me to wear skimpy clothes? You want me to do this? You want me to do that? You want me to do this? But it's ultimately just to serve that man and whatever his purpose is at the time. It could be something that he likes right now, but he can fucking hate a bitch tomorrow. It's the opposite for Gemini. Geminis are that girl that Taurus would have been looking for. Meaning like, I like to party. I like to da-da-da-da. And I use men as stepping stones too. But the thing is, that man then was like, I found the fucking woman of my dreams. She's just like me. She's my counterpart. But the thing is, he then wanted to change her into a housewife. And that's just something that Gemini or feminine energy did not want to do. They wanted to still go out into the club, party, kick it, and they wanted to have like a fashion store. She wanted to be a fashionista. That's so Raven. I don't fucking know what she wanted to do. Could want to grow up and be a lesbian. I don't know. But he started getting upset. He started getting upset because he was like, he had made all these promises. Now, I don't know if they were empty promises. They could have been, right? Just to get what he wanted at the end. He started to make all these promises like, I promise I'll help you get your store. I'll help you get this. I'll help you get that. Right? Words to the wise, people do give empty promises. The thing is, she wasn't falling for that shit. So she had left. She had left everything behind. She left the clothes behind. She left everything behind because she was like, I'll get it again. Because I'll get another guy to sponsor me and he'll give me the things, you know, two can play that game type of thing. A masculine energy was not willing to let a feminine energy go. He started chasing her to the point he was like on the verge of fatal fucking attraction. But it's because the feminine energy wasn't willing to play a masculine energy's game. So I feel like if I'm talking to a feminine energy Gemini, because you deal with dualistic energies very, very well, it's like I balance my masculine and feminine energy really well. But I lean more into my masculine energy. But my masculine energy can hurt a lot of masculines because I'm going to play the game better than you. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to do anything that I don't want to do, which is really, really lovely. Geminis want to be sovereign. They want to have full anatomy of their body, which is lovely energy. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The thing is, Geminis could be dealing with a masculine energy that accepted Gemini for that at first, right? Accepted it. I met you at a bar. I fell in love with you at the bar. I love going out. I got a drinking problem. I like going out. I like doing all that. But then all of a sudden he changes up and says, listen, I now want you to be a homely housewife. Going and Geminis or something. It don't have to be like that. But that is what I'm seeing. Because he's like, maybe we've done all the vacations. We've done all this. We went to all the clubs. We saw the word. And now I want to build a family. But that could be something that Geminis just don't want to do. But for some reason, masculine energies that come into Gemini's life, they pretend to accept Gemini, right? They pretend to accept Gemini for who Gemini is in the point of their life or whatever. But then at the end, they want to change. Now, it don't got to be for the better. Not every woman wants to be kept wife. Not every woman wants to, give up their social life. Not every woman wants to have a baby on their hip, married or not. Not every woman wants to do that. Some women want to chase their career. Some women want to be more independent. Even if they got a man in their life, it's like, you're going to be secondary to my career because that's just how some women are. But a masculine energy, he's become obsessed with making a woman has a child or doesn't. Now, if that's not the case in Gemini, this could be a family thing. And Geminis are like, my family, they're like really pressuring me to slow down and settle down and get married and all kind of shit and have kids. And I want to party. I'm 25, 27. You could be 37, 46. I don't give a damn. But it's like my family, they really are pressuring me because I feel like Geminis in the sense of career. I do feel like Geminis could straddle the fence with career and partying. That could be a major issue in the life of Gemini. Because Geminis could put their social life first. And Geminis could need to be in a career where it needs to be social. And if it's not, it could not satisfy Gemini maybe enough. But besides that, I do feel like Gemini has that in check as far as their career, or at least they know what they want to do, or they're at least headed in that direction, right? I feel like they got their head on straight when it pertains to their dreams, their motives, their desires, things like that. But between their career and their partying, I just feel like Geminis are like, even if I have a partner, I'm not in a position where I want to give up who I am for a person. I don't want to change who I am for a person, which is really, really lovely. I don't know, that is just coming out. So Geminis are looking like they needed oh shit. Geminis need an excuse. I'm not feeling well. Geminis need an excuse. Geminis want to give an excuse. I don't know why Geminis want an excuse, but Geminis want to have an excuse. World of Wonders. I'm in school. I'm in school. I can't settle down with you, and I can't. Parents, I can't have a kid right now because I'm in school. I'm busy. Yeah, I don't feel good. I can't remember. I don't know. I just feel like Gemini saying I need a fucking excuse about something. Excuse me. I need more excuses. So that's lovely. All my pencils are out of lead. All right. So let's go ahead and go to. Oh, that's the wrong pencil. Damn. Oh, where's my pencil? It was hiding. All right, it was hiding. All right, so Cancer signs. Yeah, I don't like those songs being mixed up. I heard it through a grapevine, because I don't know the words at all, and I don't even remember how it's supposed to sound. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But then I was hearing When I get this feeling, I want a sexual healing. Sexual healing is something that's good for me. All right. Gross. That's gross. Well, I'm not here to do that, but cancers could need sexual healing. Now, that does not mean vigorous, wild sex or something. No. But maybe cancers are needing someone that, ew, gosh, I don't like that. I don't like that energy. I'm not going to say that, so we're going to bypass that. That makes me uncomfortable. Cancers, I am a Cancer sign, so that could be something Cancers struggle with. Like, I don't get close to people sexually. I don't need sexual healing. That don't make sense. Sexual healing can get you murdered by your father. He don't give a fuck if you gay and chipper out here or the brother Marvin from Kane. He don't give a fuck if you heart power ghost house. He will kill your ass. Your father will kill you if you start doing all that sexual immoral shit. So I don't support that. Okay. Cancers could be dealing with a Taurus. Cancers could be dealing with a Taurus. Cancers could be dealing with a fruit. I don't like all that fruit. That is trying to lead Cancers astray. Goes and look, I know what you need. Because this does make sense for my last reading for Cancers. They're like, I know what you need. I know what you need. I know it's justice. I know it's justice. Okay. Revenge. Cancers could have been in, Cancers deal with the house and home. Cancers could have been in a committed relationship, but maybe their partner there was infidelities that was going on in a relationship. And Cancers could have expressed their grief or their sadness to a masculine energy or a friend or something like that. It doesn't have to be a masculine, but I'm going to say it's masculine energy. And that person is like, you need to get back at that person. You need to go out and have yourself a rendezvous. You need to go out and you need to, evil. I think that is evil. You need to go out and, level the scoreboard. You need to go out and just have a good time. And, if you find someone you feel comfortable with, then let one thing lead to another. That's gross to do. Cancers could have the wrong set of people in their life that's giving them the wrong advice. Now, it don't have to be actual advice, right? My mother and my grandmother my mother's a Taurus and my grandmother's a Gemini. Tauruses use people for stepping stones. They want to be the most popular or the most known or the most beautiful, or they got wrapped up with a man like that changed them at a very young age, or when their mind was impressionable to where it became an imprint on their mind and they became a counterpart to that person, which is not good. Geminis were like that, man. Geminis were out sociable, drinking at the bars, living their best life, and they had a lot of exes, but their exes wanted the opposite of what maybe Taurus's exes wanted, if I'm talking about a Taurus feminine. Taurus feminines wanted to change them, boss bitch, bad bitch type of thing. Cinderella, that's a boss bitch, that's a bad bitch. Geminis would have already been that, but they would have had masculine energies. You always attract the opposite, right? Geminis would have had men that come into their life that pretended like, yeah, I want that, but then they really want to change Geminis to a housewife and have kids and all this other stuff. I feel like if it is not actual friends, it's those experiences, like generational curses, but it's like looking at my mother, my grandmother, or my dad and my grandfather's relationships. I can get with a guy that has a lot of money and be a boss bitch. I can be a boss bitch myself and get out there and get any man I motherfucking want, but he gonna want to try to change me into a housewife. So Cancers are having to figure out where do they fit in with that. Cinderella. Cancers would be really Cinderella. Because Tauruses are not Cinderella. Yes, Tauruses are Cinderella, but Cinderella lose herself because she make a deal with some familiar spirit. Gemini It's like a Roman Hennessy. I don't know. Gemini is just that girl. Cancers are not Princess Tiana, because believe it or not, Gemini is Princess Tiana in this reading. I don't know why it's going to these stories. Magic. Do you believe in magic? Is something going on with Taurus, Gemini, Cancers? Do you believe in magic? Disneyland, world of make-believe. Gemini's Princess Tiana. Princess Tiana didn't want a husband. Princess Tiana wanted a business, but she met a man that would have wanted her. At the end, you know, she did get her business, but he would have really wanted her to be a housewife that stayed at home. That would have been something that would have came up in the long run. Going, Princess Tiana, I promised you this restaurant. You got your restaurant now. You need to give me these damn kids. It would have ended up issues in that relationship, because I'm sure he would have wanted to be a father. We never hear Princess Tiana say she wanted to be a mama. We only hear Princess Tiana says, bitch, I want to own a restaurant. Who is Cancers? Who are you? Who are you, Cancers? Who Cancers want? No. I don't want my neighbors. I don't want my neighbor. But I was drumline. Not Nick Cannon. It's gross. What do Cancers want? Who would Cancers be? So we're going to pause that and come back to that. So Godspeed. God bless. Bye.